So in today's video I am going to give you 100 tips and tricks in Call of Duty Mobile. Now I don't know how many minutes this video will take, but the minute it takes you to watch it completely, because this channel's video is going to be the best. Tip number 1. Play on high brightness. Now no one will tell you, but if you want to spot the person then you have to play on high brightness, because you know that you see things better when there is light if you are looking for something in the dark. Tip number 2. Use operator skill when need. Now instead of this, these people came to take B, and I took out the operator skill and saved the whole B. Almost also went, but my operator skill saved the B. Now you have to take out your operator skill only when necessary. If you already dominate them and then you dominate them, then it doesn't matter, then take out your operator skill. Tip number 3. Always slide before entering. Now if you are entering anywhere or any house, then slide before entering. This will make the enemy get angry and it won't take time to react. You can't see this so effectively in your skin, but it will look like this in the opponent's skin. So if you are going anywhere and you think there will be a guy there, then slide. Tip number 4. Play free for all for reaction time and skill. Now if you want to improve your skill and reaction time, then free for all is not a good mode. Free for all will improve your reaction time and skill. Tip number 5. Play on medium graphic. When you play on medium graphic, then you see a balanced graphic. Now if you play low, then you will see a lot of darkness. Now if you play high, then you will see a lot of darkness to support the guys on medium graphic. Neither low nor high, medium is best. Tip number 6. Go for it. Now if your enemy is standing in the open, then don't fight in the open. You go inside the headless or cover and then fight with him. This will increase the chances of your gunfight to win. Tip number 7. The 2 office system has the highest mobility. If you have to run anywhere and you have to run fast, then hold the 2 office system and no weapon or anything else is more than this. Tip number 8. Use jump and shoot. Now I am not talking about slide shoot, drop shot, I am just talking about normal jump and shoot. If 2 people are fighting, one on -1 and the other is shooting, then the other person will win 90%, because the aim of the jump and shoot comes straight to your head. Analog size. Now many times the analog size is not right for how many people can't give a movement. Now some people make it too big, which makes their movement it's a very small movement, and some people make their analog size so small that they can't move properly. They get attacked and their movement doesn't move properly. I'm still using my analog size in the middle so I can give my movement very well. I don't attack anywhere, I give my movement very well. Tip number 10. Zigzag in mid-range. When you are in mid-range, zigzag, because your zigzag won't look so good in your skin, but your zigzag will look very good in the enemy's skin. And I guarantee that he will miss the bullets with his half. Recover health, then fight. Now, I believe you have won the 1-1 fight, but you are 1 horsepower, but you still rush to the enemy and try to take the teammate. If you try to take the teammate, then you will be a fool. I believe you have won the fight, but your chances of dying there are more than 90%. Yes, if you do this for montages and gameplay, then it's different, but if you play a serious game, then don't do this at all. Time to explain. The video is getting very long. This tip is very small, but it was very useful because in Call of Duty Mobile these tips are very few people use. Gun change. It's better to switch to pistol than reloading, and believe in the guy. Pre-nade in domination. Now, believe me, your enemy team has broken your team, and you know that if they can come to take any flag on A, B, C or anywhere else, then fight, gunfight. It's better to believe in the gun than to throw the flag on them, molly, nade them, etc. Throw whatever you have there, it will give you 5 to 6 seconds to get the time. At this time your enemy team will respawn and come to help you. Here I have said pre-nade. When they get the flag, then no. When you think they are going to take the flag, then. Because every time the team takes the flag with the TOFI system, then if they take the flag already, then it means 90% of the time they will have put the TOFI system. Tip number 14. Take TPP. Take TPP before going to the open, otherwise your enemy will kill you easily. You can easily take TPP if you don't know how to, so I'll explain. Go to a device and make an emote, so that you can see the entire area, and when you see your enemy, run away from there. Or if you think he is a camper, then shoot a full flanking and kill him easily. Tip number 15. Use or on sight. This is better than red dot. Red dot reduces your ADS speed, which means your scope gets red dot and the useless scopes. And this will make your attachment slot waste. Tip number 16. My favorite trick. Whenever you feel your game lag, so restart your game and all lags will disappear. Tip number 17. Put hardware in rushing gun load up. Now, whatever you are rushing gun like MSMC, QQ9, Fennec or sword gun, whatever you are rushing gun like, push it in enemy spawn. Put hardware in it so that you don't die from enemies. Tips mines. Tip number 18, don't challenge snipers in mid and long range. Now, in long range mid-range, you can easily die from snipers in showing your recoil control skill. If you see snipers in mid and long range, rotate them and shoot them. Don't go in front of them and fight them. Tip number 19, put random new toffee system if you are enemy using warmers. Now, if you see your enemy in kill field, throwing a bullet at your teammate's face, then you can throw a toffee system wherever you are. That will help you a lot. Tip number 20, change position after getting 4-5 kills. If our English was weak, then we would mix our English Hindi. Now, if you have taken 4-5 kills on position, then run away from there. If you don't, then enemy team will come to kill you like dogs. Tip number 21, hold position in hardpoint. If your team has hardpoint, then go to a good place and hold position. Because enemy will get 100 hardpoint. If your hardpoint is in your hardpoint, then hold hardpoint well. Because if you adjust their spawn, then spawn will change and they will easily win. Tip number 22, play slow. Now, this doesn't mean that you can go to one place and camp. Don't move ahead. Just remember that whenever you rush, then first see that it's better to rush there. Don't put your mind to it. And I can't explain because the video is getting long. Tip number 32, reinstall game. Now, if you feel that some glitch or bug is happening with you, or you are watching something on YouTube, it's solution or solution. Wow! Or you are watching its solution on YouTube, or you are watching its solution in your community group, then just start your game. You will see all problems and everything will be fine. If I make a separate video, then I swear I will say 5-6 minutes. I have told many people about this and many of them have told me about the glitch bug. Tip number 24. Always use explosive against blasted shield. If you shoot me, you will get points and it will be easier to break the RPG. If you don't have RPG, use Molly Gerrits back to the game. Tip number 25. Use toffee system as a trap. Put your toffee system where you think enemy will throw explosives. And if they throw it, you will die. Now, if you think this is B flag, you have to put toffee here. And if you throw any explosive toffee, you will die. Tip number 26. If you have a sniper, use toffee system to shoot mid-nash. Don't try to get close to it because if it shoots, it will shoot. You will die there. Tip number 27, don't use anybody loadout as a main. Try some other attachments too. Suppose you met a guy on YouTube who told you a loadout and you liked it. So maybe you try to use attachments as well because your game style is very different from that. Do you know the attachment he didn't even tell you? If you use that attachment, you will kill him on the neck. Tip number 28, take millifight again miller players. If you get a lot of miller players in rank, you can get a good 10 times more than that. If they are accepting you, you can show them your status. Tip number 29, if you play on that loadout for months, then the button's opacity is. Opacity is what you have to look at. This will show you your screen neat and clean, which will give you a very good gameplay. Tip number 30, warm up in public match before rank and 2-9 match. If you wake up in the morning and you have an important match, then go and warm up in public. You haven't played Call of Duty Mobile since morning, and if you have an important match at night, then go and warm up in public. I explained this a lot, but later I realized that I have to delete that expression. Tip number 31, use attack different markers which use in rank. If you think that the bullets will go back there, then you have to reload and re-heal. If you run from there, then mark your team first. Keep an eye on that person and then run from there. I said to restart the game, but you are smoother than me. So restart your device and you will get the feeling of iPhone when you play. Tip number 33, don't rush and die in TADM. Now I say that if you have a TADM, then camping is a very good thing. If you rush and die in TADM, then you win your opponent team. I can give you a long explanation, but I think if you don't dominate the heart point, you will die and you are sacrificing one thing. Meaning you are wasting your opponent's time by dying. I understand, but I don't have that much time. Tip number 34. If you die somewhere, you will think that this will happen. So it's better to write that in chat. Turn on your voice chat and say. Tip number 36. Select guns on maps. If the map is long like Crossfire, Standoff, Firing Edge, if it's long like this, then it's better to use SMG AR. If it's a small map like Newtown, use SMG shotgun, that is better in close range. So do as I say. Tip number 37. No one will tell you this. If your game lags and you start to believe in the game and you don't have any insta, then the legend you will see and you will lose your lag automatically. Tip number 38. If you die somewhere, you will think that this will happen. If you have peeked from the other position and choked there, then you can peek from the other position and don't peek from the same position. Tip number 39. If you are pushing the rank in solo and you are playing very well and you are top, facking in every match, then you will put the matching system of COD Mobile in such a team that you will not even know how to drive properly. If you feel like a liar, then make another account where you have a very low rank and you will put 2 in it. After 5-6 games you will not even know how to drive properly. The solution is, if you play very well in 5-6 games in your rank, then you will put a public match and then you will leave the public match and then you will start your rank. This will happen that no matter how many people you meet in public, you can leave, and when you leave then you will not even get a point. Tip number 8. If you feel that you are going where you are going and you are dying there, then make a long rotation, meaning you should do a good flanking. Tip number 41. Throw nets. If you throw a net in your pocket, then it will be 2 times better than dying. Throw a net in your pocket. If you go somewhere and you get hit by a person, then you can break your lucky child. Throwing a net in your pocket is 10 times better than keeping it in your pocket. Tip number 42. Always use cold blood. This perk you can save from RSeek, and you do not know the worst scenario of dying. You are in RSeek, meaning you are in a trap and your enemy is behind RSeek and he easily kills you. You are so stunned you cannot do anything in that situation. Tip number 43. Don't put toffee system when enemy is rushing. Now suppose there is a hard point where enemy is rushing, you know that he is going to rush, so don't put toffee system. Stand there and fight. Tip number 44. Always make 2 orders of your gun same attachment, same, just 1 meter of the system and 1 and the smoke. Now in some games you need to put toffee system and in some games you need to put smoke, so whatever you need you can use it as per your own needs. Tip number 45. Jiggle is awesome with the hi-fi. If you are close to mid-range, then you can't give it to him. If you are close to mid-range, then you can fight with him. Then you can win over hi-fi. Tip number 46. Don't slide against shotgun. If you slide against the shotgun, then your head, chest and legs will be together. So if he hits a good shot, then you will die of a shot. Tip number 47. Then what should you do in front of the shotgun? Jump against shotgun. Suppose the shot in front of you is very good, that means that 1 shot doesn't miss. If you slide against the shotgun, then your legs will be hit. You will have to hit him 3 times if he hits your legs. So shoot a jump and shoot in front of the shotgun. Tip number 48. Use headphones and earphones. You need to explain what is the use of this, and this helps a lot in the game. Tip number 49. Never prone against anime in mid-range. If you are fighting in mid-range, then don't ever drop shot there. You become a free kill for anime. Tip number 50. If you have done the Century Puri, then it is very advanced. I always look at professional players. Look at their streams and learn from them. Like I saw the starting streams of NYM Learn. I haven't seen any of their streams, but in the starting streams, they taught a lot to the players, like how to spawn and everything. So I still don't know. You go and check it out yourself. Tip number 51. Never use stun gated. It's just a rest of the game. It doesn't have any meaning. Neither does it flash the player. Neither does it stun the player. Tip number 52. Cook grenade against melee player. If you have no melee player and you don't have any melee player, just cook your grenade. You will die in that too. I will do all of that together. If you are camping in this house in standoff and you are very worried, then don't simply take the fight from here. You are very open. You have to come here and see this wall length spot. You have to come here and shoot. It will die. Tip number 54. Best game mode for grind is hardpoint. You can easily take the gun to the golden cop. I used to sit on the board and low. You can easily hit them. I unlocked Fnax Akimbo pucks in 2 matches. Tip number 55. If you have made a new gunsmith, then try it in public. Tip number 56. Practice versus AI is not good. You can hit the board in 3 rounds. But the real gunsmiths in rank don't die in 3 rounds. Tip num. 57. Always use FMJ in AR. If you are using AR gun, then use FMJ. FMJ gives you the power to wallbang AR in a very good way. Tip number 58. Don't use only meta gun. If you are using only one gun, then use meta gun. But don't use it because it will get nerfed one day. Tip number 59. Set tip mine versus spawn. You can use tip mine wherever you spawn. If you spawn another gun, then you die. Yes, this is what you need to do in a big map because there are more spawn chains. Tip number 6, try every gun. Try that gun that no one is using. Like no one is using Chikum. When you use a low state gun, you play a high state gun and it's really good. Tip number 61, don't take SS, say you do a file for Call of Duty Mobile. If you have watched the video till here, then watch the next video. Because I have told you a lot of tips and tricks in the next video. So watch the whole video. This is because one screenshot takes literally 2 megabytes. I have shown you 2 megabytes. And when you save Call of Duty Mobile, then it's not serious for serious. It's for a single kbps. That means a single kbps is less than a single MB. And Call of Duty is also better than this. Now, suppose your health is very low. I am doing a suicide net. I mean, the net that is there is a cookie enemy. I mean, it goes in between. Whenever it will kill you easily. You will also die. It means you will also die. Tip number 36, don't use back. I don't have a backpack, but I don't use any of them. I don't have a backpack. I use the other one to highlight you. So don't use a backpack. Tip number 64. Always find a high-tech advantage. You always get better than your opponent. This is very useful. Always get better than your opponent. Your chances are higher than the one you win. Tip number 65. Farthing is the top seagrass spot. I found it a long time ago. But I will tell you in this video. We will go a little higher in this video. The higher the first video, the higher we will go. So I will jump here and aim up here. And double tap there. You will come up here and basically tell me. You will see the whole area. Tip number 66. Try fast moving every move for increasing your skill. I mean, you have to improve your skill. You have to increase. So change the movement in the fast moving. You have to go up as fast as you can. Tip number 67. If you are using your enemy's operative skill in kill feed, then never remove the operative skill. If you hit it with a worm essence, it will kill you with annihilator. It will be equal to both. No one will benefit. You already killed your teammate. But you will get only one kill. Tip number 68. Always make 3 loadouts of your gun. Now, 3 loadouts of what? Look, there is a perk in this. Put a hardware, a gun, and a cold blood in it. If you are on too much of your enemy's UAB, then use a ghost. If you are using too much of your enemy's AC, then put a cold blood in it. And if you are using too much of your enemy's tip, then use this. This is the most important thing. If you are using too much of your enemy's tip, then use this as a spot mode. Then use your hardware, the loadout of your perk and kill them. Tip number 69. Always use the first top system to plant a bomb. Tip number 70. Use Molly as a guard. I'm sniping here. I have a lot of people in the town. They are fighting. Put a Molly here. No one will come to kill you. And you can easily fight here. Tip number 71, this one is a little advanced level. You have to switch the gun on this one, but you have to switch it on the pistol. Suppose you hit a guy and his teammate is coming to hit you and you don't have time to reload and you don't even have to switch the gun. So you just hit the guy and pick up his gun and fight him. Tip number 72, use the Caro bomb. The bomb is called Caro bomb. I am not able to say it properly, but this bomb is used in the hard point, which is very useful. Meaning, use the Caro bomb from the hard point and the guy won't be able to come there, and if he comes, his speed will be so low that he will be able to hit half of the target. Tip number 73, use the fast trophy system. You can use the normal trophy star to fight, but I will give you a very advanced tip. Go to the settings, go to the basics and turn on the fast trophy unit option here. And after that, when you run and deploy your trophy star, you will be able to deploy it at a speed of this much. I didn't think it's a fast deploy, but it will be deployed anywhere. You can place it wherever you want. Tip number 74, if you don't get a grenade, then use the tip mind. There's nothing wrong with the tip mind. Use it if you want to use it for the color duty. Tip number 75, never take a domination flag while cloning. I mean, don't ever be prone to a domination flag. Tip number 76, best way to take any flag. Take this, throw a goal, and the guy will miss so many goals that you won't be able to imagine. Tip number 77, how to kill Fennec guy. I'm telling you a very big tip. Throw a goal Bicao. So when you throw a goal, his ammo will be destroyed and he will go to loading. And yes, don't let him reload when he's loading, then go and kill him. Tip number 78, this tip is the best. How to get good ping. Now if you want a good ping, then listen to this tip carefully. All your applications, which are social media, WhatsApp, and all the notifications that are sent, stop all their notifications. After that, stop them. After that, if you don't get a good ping in the game, then come here and dislike. Yes, and one more thing, sit there and play the game where your tower is full. Tip number 79, use thermite. Thermite is very good after the update. Literally, if you throw the thermite, the guy can't even come for 5 to 6 seconds. Tip number 80, give a proper pre-fire. Meaning, if you're giving a pre-fire, then give it well. Because a lot of people just destroy their ammo in pre-fire and when the guy comes on the face, they reload in front of him. Tip number 81, listen to this. You hit the sniper and you think his teammate will come, so don't shoot your pistol there and get the gun. Meaning, if you hit someone and his gun is very good, then take a pistol there and change your gun. Don't do this. Tip number 82, which will help you a lot in your domination, don't always focus on B. If the entire enemy is in the enemy, then you have to shoot the sniper. If your team B is a bit too much, then you just die there. It's better than that. Go to A or C, don't focus on B or P. When you focus on A and C, then the enemy's focus will automatically move away from B. And then you take B when they are taking A or C. Tip number 8 is 3. I don't know how to take it properly. Can crucial scan it, as they say. This was 10 times better than flashbang. This guy literally flasks well and stuns for 5 to 6 seconds. After the update, it's going to be a great one. So, use it. Tip number 8 is 4. Play custom matches with your pro friend. If rank is too easy. When I was in Trinity, we played rank 5, then we dominated. I mean, we didn't even give a chance to the guys. Then we saw that our rank is wasting time. I mean, we don't get so good at opening and we don't know what to do. After that, we started a custom TADM. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. If you play 2v2, 3v2, custom stadium, there is no difference between the coins or the cum. There is a difference between improving your skill. When you play against your own skill, your skill will automatically improve. Tip number 85, mute teammate. If your teammate is making an echo or his boss is shouting, mute him. After muting someone like him, your gameplay will improve. If you can't mute him, then tell him to reduce the volume of his microphone. That will make his voice more sensitive. Tip number 86, sensitivity. I am not alone, but I have to ask everyone in the comments. Let me tell you something, you don't get sensitivity in one day. For that you have to practice for months and months. If you play a good game for a month or two, then you will get sensitivity. If you play a good game for a month or two, then you will get sensitivity. Then you will get sensitivity. Play Nooktown for 1v1 skill. If you want to improve your skill, then no map is better than Nooktown. Because there is a back step on the level 0. It is not the same as the back step. In the game, you can warm up your head-to-head. Tip number 88, if you get a test token in the game, which is very common in the game, then you don't have to do anything. You just have to press the message icon. If you